Hey YouTube, it's Go from the Friday Night Shooters, and I'm in the middle of a dramatic re-entry into the planet Kerbal after doing my first orbit and my first ever spacewalk after a lot of trying. But today's video is not going to purely focus on Kerbal, it's going to look at a few games. So what I decided to do with today's video was to kind of look at what I've been doing in general with my gaming week. I mean, I'll start off with Rust, because that's the game I've been playing the most lately. But after looking at Rust, I'm going to look at the main games that I played this weekend, because I had a really busy week the week before. I didn't get to as much gaming. In fact, I got hardly any done at all. I didn't get the videos made that I wanted to make for you guys and for myself as well, because I enjoy the editing. I didn't get as much done in the last week, so this weekend I felt like instead of making my usual Rust videos, I really felt like I just needed to do some gaming, because if my main rule for myself is it has to be fun. I really love YouTube, love gaming, but it has to be fun, and it was. This weekend I had great fun just getting back into a few different games. Now the first game, of course, really isn't different at all. Rust, I have been, as you know from my previous videos, I've been absolutely addicted to it lately. I did today, the server, I got on really early this morning. I had to drop someone to a train station at like 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. So when I came back, I really didn't know what to do with myself at the start of the day. So I said I'd jump onto the server and have a look. As a result, though, it was really quiet. There was hardly anyone around. But I was lucky enough to stumble upon this bolt action sniper rifle. I can't remember if I got it off a zombie or if I got it from one of the rad towns, but it's the first time I managed to get a bolt action rifle myself, rather than just researching it off somebody. So I was delighted with that. I went around doing a bit of zombie headshotting, which is my new favourite sport as of today anyway in Rust. I'd like to try it out PvP. I'd like to try hiding out in the mountains and headshotting people. It's not as good against the animals. Try killing a wolf. It's just a little bit slow between the bolts to reload, and you can only have 3 bullets loaded at any one time before you have to reload the clip or the magazine. Well, actually no, the bullets go right into the chamber at the top. So that was Rust today. I did a little bit of resource gathering, and yeah, a bit of headshotting zombies. So it was good, it was fun, I enjoyed it. What I did play as well over the weekend was a little bit of Insurgency, which has been kind of it's been out for a while. You could get it on Steam in the pre-release, but it's been kind of properly released in the last few days. Oh, actually, before I have to show you this, before I tell you about Insurgency, I found inside a house that I was in, I found a deer inside. He'd spawned inside the house, and I was like, should I let him out? Should I open the doors, let him out? And I said, no. Do you know what I'll do? Actually, I'll just kill you. So I felt bad afterwards, especially when the owner of the house informed me that the deer's name was Derek, and they were quite fond of Derek the deer. So Derek, I'm really sorry that I clobbered you to death with a stone axe. I'm sorry I didn't let you just kind of live in the house. I didn't know your name was. If you'd introduced yourself and said, hi, I'm Derek, nothing would have happened. But that was the end of poor Derek. So back to Insurgency. Yeah, Insurgency released just recently, and it's tough. It's a tricky game. The time to kill is fast, very fast. So unlike something like Halo, unlike even Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, if you don't count the one-hit kills, you'll be killed in half a second. If someone sees you and they shoot the person, you don't, you'll be dead. As a result, you have to play quite cautiously. Well, I do, sorry, my playstyle. I'm sure that some people can run around and be amazing, but I can't. I have to be quite cautious. It has improved my play, just slowing down, because with Battlefield, running and gunning, you can kind of run around all over the place. So with Insurgency, it's slowed down. It's not a complaint at all, but the one thing I'd like to do different is I'd love to play this with friends. I think you need to be mic'd up, you need to be talking to people, communicating. There's no map to use. There is voice comms within the game, but it's hard to find a group in a server that are actually all using it together. But as a game, it's really good, as I've said, but punishing. So I mean, I'm showing these are edited clips. For every kill you're seeing where I'm killing somebody here, I've probably died 4 or 5 times. It was very hard to get any run of like even 2 or 3 kills together. But as a result, when you do, it's incredibly satisfying. One of the things is you don't get hit markers. There's no crosshairs, no hit markers. So I mean, I'm shooting the guy in the distance who keeps popping out from behind cover. I don't know if I'm hitting him. I have to be careful of my own guy as well. I don't know if I'm hitting him. Don't know if I'm killing him. So the only way you can check is by hitting tab and looking at your kill count if you're keeping a record of your KD ratio, or to run up and check that there's a body on the ground, which I don't really want to check the bodies. I'm happy not just trying to stay alive. One of the main things I found with this, though, it improved my game in Battlefield immensely. So what I did was, after playing Insurgency for a while, and my plan is to go online, there's one or two of my subs have expressed an interest in it, and a few of my mates, real world mates as I suppose you call them, will hopefully join in at some stage as well. But from having to be really cautious, really careful, making every bullet count, making every corner count, I jumped back into Battlefield. First time in a month. I'm pretty sure it was the end of last year, even before the Christmas break when I last played Battlefield. I can't remember the exact date. I'd gotten fairly frustrated with it. I didn't find it as terrible as some people were saying, but I wasn't enjoying it, so I jumped out of it straight away. I jumped back into it, though. I jumped back into it, when was it? Yesterday. And just from playing a little bit of Insurgency, my Battlefield game had improved immensely. Not to mention the patch, the very, very important patch that DICE have brought into the game, which, other commentators on other channels are doing patch breakdowns, so you can look for them elsewhere. But they've improved quite a few things. The black screen is shortened, and it just seems a little bit more fluid. But yeah, got back in, and because I played like it was Insurgency, because I wasn't running around corners relying on my gun skills, which, to be honest, are average at best, I was playing more what I call Insurgency style, and I reaped the rewards. Flanking, I love flanking in Battlefield 4 anyway. I'll run half a mile to get a flank, because for me it's the most satisfying in the game. It's almost as satisfying as taking down a helicopter with an RPG, but flanking around, getting in behind. This is a game of TDM. Getting in behind players is what I get the most kick out of. Wiping out squads, just getting in where people are, where you're killing people and they're like, whoa, where did he come from? So this is, I think the map's Dawnbreaker, and had a nice game of TDM. This is probably my best spell in the game I had. Played probably about 5 or 6 games of TDM. I haven't played Conquest, I haven't got back into Rush. Just wanted to get used to playing the game again before I go into the more challenging game modes. So I was playing with I can't remember what gun, the AUG, or AUG, which I'm enjoying. Need to unlock a few more scopes to it, and you can see my level there. I'm still pretty low level. There's guys massive level, but I refused to persevere through Battlefield when it was just muck. But I did get back into, actually, a bit of backstory here, I suppose, is important. I went to see Gravity, the movie with George Clooney and Sandra Bullock, a while ago, and I was lucky enough to see it in the IMAX cinema with the big screen, and it was also in 3D. And I wasn't a space nut as a kid, but I did really enjoy all things space. I remember way back in the 80s a movie called Space Camp, where some American kids went to visit, Fort Lauderdale, went to see where the rockets take off, and they accidentally get sent into space. Ridiculous, but those kind of things I used to like when I was a kid. I used to like the sort of science behind the rockets. And when Kerbal came along, I actually bought it. I bought it a long time ago now, maybe 6 or 8 months ago. No, I've only had the game in PC 6 months. It must be 6 months. And enjoyed it, played it in sandbox mode, but they've brought in a career mode now. And a bit like Minecraft, I don't like Minecraft in the normal creative mode. I much prefer the survival way of playing Minecraft, and it's the same with Kerbal. I like the story because it only gives you certain. A bit like Rust as well. You have to graft before you can craft, and it's the same in Kerbal. You have to graft to get the different pieces. And I finally got a ship into orbit by. You saw in the footage. It wasn't the best ship. The I don't know what you call them. The solid boosters. They didn't separate properly in the takeoff. They were supposed to disappear. But I managed to get the angle right coming off. Managed to get into orbit, which changes your camera view. And I managed to get, I don't know if it's Jebediah Kerbal. It's one of my Kerbal Spacemen, because I know I killed 1 or 2 over the weekend by accident. Managed to get him on an EVA, which is, outside the spaceship. But man, did I struggle to get him back into the spaceship. First of all, you need the R button, the letter R, to initiate his jetpack, just in case anyone's wondering. But once I had that, the controls are a little bit weird, a little bit funky, but I got used to them. But try as I may, I'd get close to it, I'd land on the wrong part of the capsule. I just never seem to land at the right place. But eventually, I've edited down about 10 minutes of me trying to get back on. Managed to get back into my spaceship, which I was delighted with. But overall, guys, I had great fun this weekend gaming. Just enjoying the games that I have, especially some games I'm returning to Kerbal, returning to Battlefield, discovering Insurgency, continuing my addiction with Rust. What games did you play over the weekend? Let me know in the comments. Are you still playing one game loads, like I was the last few weeks when I was doing Rust, or are you branching out and playing a few other games? This has been a bit of a longer video too, so I don't really know how you guys will take it, if you'd rather me stick just to Rust, but I want to make the videos that I like making and that I think I'd like to watch myself. So this has been my weekend, my week gaming. I hope you had a great one too, guys. Thank you for watching so far if you have done, and yeah, please leave a comment. Take care, guys.